a few keen-eyed viewers would have spotted this as an AEG, not an 8000 series, a 7000 series. But even so, it's not mine, but it was bought second hand. I'm currently storing it for... yeah, it's another one of Luke's. Anyway, so basically he found this on Facebook for 90 quid. However, you can still buy this, pretty much brand new, for £800 online. So, yeah, he got a bargain. And I don't blame him. And now I've used it for a while. Honestly, it's a lot better than my AEG that I have. I should actually try and dig it out, actually, and get it back in for a bit of a wash race, because there is actually quite a significant difference within programming between this 7 series and my 9000 series. Because, for some bizarre reason, Electrolux decided to make that rubbish in compared to this. And I swear down on that. The changes that they made have made this better. So, this compared to the Zanussi Flex Time, there isn't actually that much difference, but there is all at the same time. Start off the motor, it's an inverter motor, a proper inverter motor, and it is really, really quiet. No difference there then. It's been carried over for the last several years, which isn't bad. It's not a bad motor, it's pretty good. Design-wise, they've neatly put all the programs on the right side, not on the dispenser, which is good, thank you. Because for some bizarre reason there are models where they'll put these on here instead, and it's like, well, when that dispenser breaks, you can't get a new handle. And trust me, I know someone with a 6000 series and it's broken the door, and they've broken the drawer handle already. So there's a quality issue here and there, I suppose. So we'll start off at the bottom. We've got our little sticker there for the 5 years free. And that is 5 years guarantee. That is all your parts and all your labour for 5 years. Not one of these stupid free parts ones. And then down here, which hasn't been closed for ages actually, by all these things, here's your filter. With our door release down here. Of course, there'll be a video on that soon. So, open our door, handles here, put some fingers there and pull towards you. It's got a ratchet style lock, so of course, you just pull it open, push it close, and that's it. So, ratings plate is there. I used to be able to read the serial numbers to get a date, but I forgot how to do it. So yeah, just let me know production dates, let me know down below. Then we've got our sticker here for the wool hand wash safe. And of course it's certified by Ariel and Lenore, also known as P&G. So there's a collaboration between P&G and Electrolux going on. Also a little basic reminder, when using the machine, to read the instructions, not to use harsh chemicals when cleaning the machine, to rinse the filter out periodically, of course, remove all foreign objects from pockets, and don't leave things on the door seal when you're closing the door. And we've got this lovely 9 kilo drum, one of the biggest 9 kilo drums you'll come across. I had the Zanussi Lindo with the same 9 kilo / 10 kilo drum, and it will happily swallow up a king size duvet, no issues. It's a lot bigger than the equivalent Bosch 9 kilo or 10 kilo drum. It's probably on par with E-Backs actually, it's not too bad, it's really, really big and generous. If you're wondering about dimensions, it's 85 centimetres tall. Of course, if you raise the feet, it will become even taller, but it's minimum at 85 centimetres tall, 600 centimetres standard width, and then 60.5 centimetres deep, but only to here, so to this point. Then the whole case bows out towards you, and it doesn't get countered. Right, I'm going to do this next bit in the dark. My LED strips are bouncing off this, so... and that's because it's a gloss black effect. Anyway, turn the machine on. You've got a physical on-off button here. Physically push it in to come on. Sometimes you may have to push and hold that button, especially after it's finished a cycle, for example. Once it's finished a cycle, it will go into automatic standby mode and shut off the machine completely. So when you go to turn it back on, you may have to push and hold on off first. Right. First program that will always come up is the last cycle you used, not Eco 4060. It will usually come up with the last cycle you used. The last cycle I used actually was cottons, but the trouble is I then messed about first before I turned it back off again. And in that case, it will always go back to the Eco 4060. But what will often go to is the last cycle used, because of course it will default back to 0 first. And I'll show that later once the cycle is completed. Anyway, some of these timings are all wrong because there's an option already pre-selected within the options, which means it's automatically adding on more time than it should be, and that is the soft plus option, which is activated by pushing the temp and spin buttons together. So as you can see now we're taking it off, it's taken off quite a fair bit of time as well. And bearing in mind, these are touch buttons. In fact, you don't actually have to necessarily touch the buttons. You only have to go near them. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I am touching it now. But you can actually just go just enough to it and not touch it, and it will activate that button. Anyway, Soft Plus, what that does, it says in the manual a better distribution of softener. However, I found what it's actually doing is adding 2 more rinse cycles and adding more water to the final rinse. So, kind of true, but effectively it is like a super rinse. We've also got variable temperature. 30, 20, cold, 95, which is actually done at 85. 60, which is done at 55. And then 50, 40 onwards all the way down are done at the correct temperatures. Max spin speed on this machine, 1600 RPM, which you can also change. You can set it down in 200 RPM steps. Then you've got rinse hold. So there's no spin, there's just rinse hold. Decibel reduce, which is actually kind of no spin with a rinse hold incorporated in it. So what will happen is it will cancel all the intermediate spins and then we'll go to a rinse hold automatically. If you select rinse hold, it will do all the intermediate spins as normal and then stop at the end of the final rinse. So what decibel reduce will add on more rinses to compensate the fact that it's got no intermediate spins, which does make it quiet. And then we'll end with a automatic rinse hold, which you can then advance afterwards by pressing start, and it will perform its final spin. Then we've got drain only. This is just a cycle, a drain only cycle. Then we've got a spin only cycle. Bearing in mind, you can select the spin only cycle on any wash cycle you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the cotton cycle. So you can have synthetics and have spin only, or you can have the 20-minute spin only and have a very short spin. You can have one for the sports, program. You can have the wool one if you want. So you don't necessarily have to have a spin only just on cottons. So put in whatever fabric you're trying to respin. select the appropriate fabric, select spin only, and you've got the right spin cycle for that fabric. I do like that. Then we've got the stains and pre-wash. If you select stains, it adds on time, and the other thing it does, it will limit your temperature to 40 and only allow 40 and above. So you can have 40, 60, 50 and 40. If you can't select a temperature below 40, and this is because what it does, it will heat to 40, then wash periodically for about 10-15 minutes at 40 degrees before then heating all the way up to its max temperature selected. And this allows the enzymes in your biological detergent, so that's biological and your colour detergent, to work correctly and most effectively at breaking down, more effectively, food stains more than anything. Then we've got pre-wash, which will add on about 30 minutes or so. It'll be less depending on the size of the load. I'll go on to that in a minute. 30 degree pre-wash before the main wash. Great for removing dirt, such as dust. And if you're washing stuff like that's been in close contact, such as bed linen or as socks, it will remove excess skin cells. And then you can select them both together if you wish. Then we've got the rinse over here. You press it once and you get extra rinse, which will add on 2 rinses on the cotton cycle. And then press it again, and you go to rinse only, or do rinses only, shall I say, because it's going to do all 3 of the rinses followed by the final spin. And that's what it does. And you can do this again with any cycle. So you want to rinse woolens, put your wool items in, select rinse only, and it will do rinses followed by a final spin for woolens, and it's going to keep them safe, and it's going to not damage them because it's the right rinse cycle. I do love this little feature. Then we've got the time save button over here. You press it once and it becomes daily. Made for washing sort of light to normal soiled clothes. In the standard mode, the normal mode, it's made for washing normal to heavy soiled mode stuff. Of course, stains is there for heavy soiled. Daily is light to normal soil. Your stuff, your day-to-day stuff. Your jumpers, your t-shirts, whatever. Your trousers. Stuff that's normally been used for 24 hours and then ready been put in the wash. A few lighter stains, for example, body odour, etc. This is long enough for them items. Press it again and it becomes the super quick wash instead. 1 hour, 1 minute. And of course this changes depending on the temperature that you select. I'll show you that in a minute. In fact, I'll do that with both the daily and the super quick to show you. But what this allows you to do is, it's recommended, while you can put a full load in, 9 kilo, it's not recommended to, and you should put in around half a load or less in. Put it in. It's made for light soiled laundry, and it can be all quickly washed, rinsed and spun in about an hour, maybe even less. There is one problem though. On this version of the AEG, it only does 1 rinse. But we can fix that. Right, I'll quickly show you the timings for super quick on cottons. 30, 20, cold. 95, 60, 50, and 40. If you want to fix the whole 1 rinse problem, select soft plus. And yeah, you'll say it'll add on half an hour, but trust me when I say this, the times aren't deadly accurate on this. Because it's only added 8 minutes. But amazingly, it will up the rinse count from 1 to 3. All for the sake of 8 minutes. That's pretty cool, that. And you do get a better distribution of the fabric softener as well, which isn't bad. If I go back to daily, we've got 40, 30, 20, cold, 95, 60, 50, 40. I'll go back to super quick as well. What this program also does is heats up to temperature, then we'll move on to drain. So it all depends on how cold your water is and how fast it is at heating. Of course, that means with less washing in, it's going to take less time to do that. The cool thing about Time Saver, even with these, is that you can actually still add on all the options that you want. You know, you can still have the stains. Look, it still adds on half an hour, but hey ho. You can still have a pre-wash. It's much shorter. By 47, it's longer, shall I say even. And you can have extra rinse. So you can either cure it with Soft Plus or you can cure it with extra rinse. See? Right, I want to show you something else as well. If you want permanent extra rinse because you have sensitive skin, at this point I'll just tell you to use Soft Plus, but you can add on permanent extra rinse by hitting stains, pre-wash and the rinse button at the same time for a few seconds. And that's not done it. I hate this. Right, so I'll go near it. Few seconds. And this is annoying. Why would you do as I tell you to? There we go. Right, so it's now clipped. And now when I hit the rinse, because extra rinse has been permanently selected, if I hit rinse, it will go to rinse only, which also, hidden inside it, has extra rinse added to it. And then goes back to extra rinse. You can't then deselect it with permanent extra rinse. And we can still add on Soft Plus. Yeah. I wonder how many rinses it's going to do with all them options added together. Oh, there's one more option you can have as well. I forgot about. It's down here. Because while these are also touch buttons, they just don't look it, but they're touch buttons. We've got Plus Steam, which can only be used down to 40, just like the stains. And what this does is injects steam. It doesn't actually state where or when. Got an idea. And then you got anti-allergy button here. Now, this is not an option. This is just a complete program that you can only select via the Cottons program. And what it'll do is preset the temperature to 60, which you can't change. You can have a stains or the pre-wash options. If you want extra rinse or you've got permanent extra rinse selected, you can have that. You can have Soft Plus if you want as well. You can't have any quicker. And that's because what it will do is it will wash for long enough at 60 degrees to ensure that 99.9% of all known bacteria is killed. It will also run extra rinses too, ensuring a proper anti-allergy wash. In fact, once you take off these options, which we're going to, it's 3 hours 42, so it ain't bad. Next, we'll go to Eco 4060. Now, we should have started off with this instead. And of course, this gives you your energy rating for this machine using this program. And it washes at a dizzying 35 degrees. It does at 40 anyway. With a full load. You put less washing in and it will wash at a dizzying 23 degrees with a quarter load. Yeah. Well, it's hardly using any electricity or water. Because of course, that's what it's designed to do. It's also made to obviously give you the A wash result as well. So it spends pretty much like 3 hours washing and half an hour rinsing with no water, and then spinning for like 20 minutes. You get the idea. You can add on stains and stuff, so I suppose that's not too bad. And you can add on extra rinse and all that, and you can even time save it. See? How cool's that? And then you can even change temperature. Yeah, you can change temperature. Why has it gone up? Well, it's because that's the Cotton Standard 40 programme, set at 30. And this means that you can wash a full load of heavily soiled items at 40 degrees that isn't 40 because it will be a lower temperature to achieve with less water in the rinsers for much longer. And then you can press it again and get 60 degrees. And knowing what to know about even though there's no information in the manual about what temperature that this washes at, if I go off my older 9000 series, that washes at 28 degrees at 60. Good news is that it's made for washing heavily soiled items with no water and excellent spin results. But come on, don't use it. Anyway, we'll go to synthetics. Max load, 4 kilo. And this is at 40 degrees. Max spin of 1200. Not bad, I suppose. You can obviously change the temperature with it. We can change the spin, of course. We can have the rinse hold, silence, drain only, and spin only. See the time drop difference, but watch this. You can press you can't press time save though. That's weird. Then we've got again extra stains. Again at 40, so we can't go below. We've got pre-wash as well. We've got plus steam again at 40 and above. We've got soft plus. I'm not going to select it. We've got permanent extra rinse if you want it. You've got extra rinse as an option if you want it. You've got rinse only if you want it. Then we've got time save. So we've got daily, 40, 30, 20, cold, 60, 50, 40. Push again, we've got super quick, 40, 30, 20, cold, 60. That was a quick flash round, weren't it? Soft Plus adds on around half an hour if you want it. Then we've got the Delicate Cycle, made for washing 2 kilograms of very delicate fibres, usually man-made fibres that are marked with sometimes the wool items, but it's not wool. Presets of 30, but you can go up to 40, 20, cold, and 40. Max spin of 1200, but of course we can go down. We've got obviously rinse hold, noise reduce, drain only, and spin only. Notice how it's 2 minutes shorter than the synthetic version. This is why I'm saying you put it in and you select the cycle you want, because each spin is slightly different. There's no stains of pre-wash, not even at 40. You can have extra rinse, and of course you can make it permanent, and you've got rinse only as well. And we've got soft plus as well, that is there. Adds on half an hour, of course. Then we got time save, number 1. Only takes 7 minutes off on the 30 programme. And then we got super quick, which then is 43 minutes regardless. But Here's something you don't know. I filmed this already, super quick, and it took 20 minutes, or just over 20 minutes. Yeah. Why it says 43 minutes, I'll never know. And this is why I keep saying about the timings on here. They're not very accurate. Then we've got wool and silk. Max load of 1.5 kilos. Made for washing wool items marked as machine washable safe. It's also made for washing wool items that are newly made. Hence why it's got the blue safety appeal mark. It's also made for washing silk. You may want to reduce the temperature to 30 whilst you're doing that. And it's got the hand wash symbol, meaning that you can wash all items marked hand wash on this program. Obviously preset of 40, you can't go above it. We've got variable spin as well. Obviously we've got rinse hold, no decibel reduce, which make kind of sense for two reasons. One, there's no intermediate spins, and two, it just won't work. Then we've got spin only, and look how quick it is compared to the delicates and synthetics. And this is why I keep saying, yet again, use the spin program appropriate for what you're spinning. I don't think this has soft plus though. No, it doesn't. Obviously there's no steam, and there's no extra rinse, but there is rinse only. Couple of rinses, final spin. There's no time save either. I was going to quickly check something. No. Thought so. Right. Then we've got steam program, max load 1 kilo. Put a clean. So what you put in is clean items that may have a couple of odours. And what the idea is that you put these in for 25 minutes, the steam will be injected and that will remove odours. It only works obviously on clean items, like I said. Options wise, there's nothing. You just put it in and press start. Then we've got 20 minutes, 3 kilos. Actually, this won't take 20 minutes, it'll take around 16 17 minutes. But if you want a bit longer, you can. Push temperature up to 40 and it goes to 30 minutes. Max load is 3 kilo as stated here. It's made for washing lightly soiled items only. Spins at 1200 RPM. And again, can be adjusted down. You can have drain only or spin only. It runs the wool version of the final spin. You can have rinses and spin only. Not bad. Then we've got the outdoor cycle, made for washing 2.5 kilos. So what this will try to do is omit the final rinses. Hence why you can't have soft plus. So what you'll do is a couple of rinses without fabric softener. Just be aware of that. And it's made for washing puffer jackets and stuff like that. Higher water level, quite gentle, sort of a cross between a delicates and synthetics program. Obviously finishes with a 1200 spin. Max temperature is 40. There's no time save. There's no stains. There won't be plus steam. You can have extra rinse option. And you can have rinse only as well. And of course we can reduce the spin. We can have rinse hold, drain only, and spin only. Then we've got the duvet cycle, which does allow the soft plus option to be selected, which can be also turned off. Max load is 3 kilo, but it will happily take on a king size duvet for 3 kilo. So we've got 40, 30, 20 cold, and come on, 60. Then you've got 50 as well. No plus steam. No stains or pre-wash. You can have rinse only, but not extra rinse. Okay, a bit unusual. No time save function. Max spins only 800. You got drain only, and then of course spin only. There we go. Neat thing about the duvet program is that it will use plenty of water. It's basically a delicate cycle, but much longer. Yeah. So yeah, it's what it is. Much longer, and will go to 60. Really happy about that. Why it's got soft plus, I'm not too sure, because you're not supposed to add fabric softener, or not supposed to anyway. But soft plus will then add on more rinsing anyway, so I'd say select that anyway if you want better rinse results. Sport cycle is 2 hours long, and yet it's only made for washing man-made fibres. 4 kilo max. It's just basically a synthetic cycle, really, underneath, with slight changes here and there, nothing too drastic. Max temperature of 40. It's slightly shorter than the synthetics 40. No time save. You can have extra rinse. You can have rinse only if you want. You can have a pre-wash. And we can set rinse hold, drain only, and spin only. So it must be synthetics without intermediate spin, since there's no decibel reduce. I have filmed it, I've not actually seen it myself yet. So, yeah. Oh, one other thing as well, we've also got delay start as well, and that's start, so it will say hours, 0, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 2 hours, and then hour steps all the way up to 23 or 24 AEG. Not even that, 20. Come on! 20 hours. You could have given us 4 more Electrolux. There's another thing as well built inside this, and that's a load sensor. So, put your washing in, press start, it will then tumble for about a minute, weighing the load. If it thinks there's too much, max will flash first for around 30 seconds. If nothing's done, it will continue the cycle anyway, or otherwise you can hit start, move items, and try again. And so far, the one thing I've learned is, instead of selecting permanent extra rinse or extra rinse, just select soft plus. That's it. Better. Right. Put this really to the test. Right, so this is our drawer, and we don't have 3 compartments, we have 4. We've got this compartment, which is for your pre-wash, if you select the pre-wash option. We've got this one, which is for all your main wash powder, or flip this over and push it down, and we've got a liquid dispenser with liquid markers on, 60 and 120 ml. Then we've got our fabric softener compartment with our max fill line there. So that's easily going to take around 80-90 mils of fabric softener. And this is for all your in-stain treatment. So put it in to there. Yeah, 4 compartments. That stains one should be only put in if you're selecting the stains option. Cottons, 40, 1600 spin. Show time save once or twice. Soft plus. Soft plus selected. Stains. Plus steam. Yeah, we'll do it twice, shall we? No, we'll do it once, because then you can see how much the load reduces time. Well, they're quite wet, and that's all the steam seems to do, makes them more wet. Doesn't necessarily seem to reduce creasing because it's too late. You've already done all that. Also, if you've kind of done it and left it for a couple of hours, it goes cold. So this steam smoothing doesn't help. Anyway, ignoring all that, what shall I give this out of 10 then? Is it worth £700, £800? Well, you get 5 years guarantee. That's not bad. Will you get 5 years out of the machine before it goes wrong? Yeah and no. There are common issues with AEGs, with sort of bearings and spider failure. There's also board failure as well. But that being said, it can be one or the other. Sometimes you can get 4 years. Now, obviously, you'll get covered under warranty. But you might get 10 years, 12 years or whatever, before anything seems to go wrong. One annoying thing is there's no jet. They've completely removed it. And that annoys me, because AEGs have always been special because they had a jet. And, you know, and Electrolux reserved that for AEG, as well as their Electrolux models. But of course, Electrolux don't actually exist really in our UK market anymore, so, you know. But to have no jet on a machine that's £700 from Electrolux AEG, that's annoying. Though, performance-wise, it does pretty good, actually. It does wash stuff, it does rinse stuff, depending if you want it rinsed or not. Let me just reiterate that. Basically, if you are the type of person that kind of wants 1 or 2 rinses, it will do 1 or 2 rinses as standard. If you want more water, you can have more water by selecting Soft Plus. You know, you can have more rinses by selecting Soft Plus. You can have extra rinse and have it permanently set in. And it will perform with more water as and when needed. As for the load sensor, it's a bit all over the place. For some reason, that ran that entire load for the exact 3 hours 24. Which, yeah, I was expecting, you know, it being 3 kilo loads to reduce the load. So, where do I rate this then? I'm going to give this 7 out of 10. That might come as a bit of a shock as opposed to some of you. Or maybe not. But for the money, Bosch do everything better. And to be fair, even at this price, your basic Miele's are looking just as good, if that makes sense. Or at least for the same amount of money, you know, a Miele will happily get the same rating off me. So, I'm glad that Luke has paid 90 quid off Facebook Marketplace for it, rather than the £700, £800 it is brand new to buy. The only thing that does save this, actually, and it is worth pointing out, is obviously the 5 years guarantee. I feel it's a little bit necessary, as you are hit and miss on the circuit boards and the tubs. So, one of them. Judging by how this tub runs, I don't think you're going to need the guarantee. So it'll be down to the board whether that goes wrong or not. As long as you stay away from the auto-dose models as well. I know somebody bought the Zanussi compact dryer to fix. They were on their second AEG, but they decided, AEG wrote the first one because the auto-dosing was just leaking and had already rotted after 6 months of use. And they were obviously on... Actually, I think they had one of these as well, actually. They had a 7000 series. Right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I think it's down here. And don't forget to comment down below. You've got to click somewhere. And leave a comment. What you like about the machine, what you don't like, whether you agree with me. Always like to hear from you. So I'll see you in another review. So bye for now.